Fire Emblem. Engage.
Oh, hello, Marin.
Well, hello, Chloe. You're looking beautiful as always. You know, I saw these blossoms and immediately thought of you. One beauty deserves another. I hope you like them.
Wow, that's really sweet of you, Marin. You're so charming and cool, like a knight out of a fairy tale.
Me? Charming and cool? You're much too kind. Hey, I happen to have some sweets. They're delicious. Care to share them with me?
Aw, what a nice surprise. I would love to.
Today is shaping up to be a fine day indeed.
Let's sit over there with the nice view. We can share your sweets and my pickled fish guts.
Sorry, did you say pickled guts?
I bet you they'll go perfectly with the sweets.
I'm not so sure about that. Honestly, the combination sounds fairly wretched.
You never know until you try, though.
Perhaps just one bite, if you insist. But if I get an upset stomach, you have to take care of me.
I'd be happy to. Shall we brave the unknown together, Marin?
Well, well, I landed that finishing blow beautifully if I do say so myself. Still, more practice is in order. Perfection is the only option on the battlefield. Ah! Whoa, what the? Ah!
Oh no, Marin! Are you okay?
Chloe, how long have you been watching me?
Quite a while now. I would have said something sooner, but I didn't want to interrupt your training.
I wish you hadn't seen me looking so uncool. Knights never make such sloppy mistakes in fairy tales. I'm sure you're disenchanted now.
Oh, it's okay, Marin. Uh-oh, you scraped your forehead. Let's get that taken care of.
I feel so pathetic.
It was just one silly mistake. Don't beat yourself up over it. When I think about you, I think about how hard you work, not about how you messed up once. You're still a gallant knight from a fairy tale in my eyes.
Chloe, thank you.
Besides, I said I'd take care of you, didn't I?
You did. Though, this isn't quite the same as an upset stomach. But perhaps messing up isn't so bad. Especially if someone like you ends up taking care of me.
You can do it, Marin!
Yes, I can! Huh? I did it! I pulled off the finishing move perfectly.
Beautifully done, Marin.
And I have you to thank for it, Chloe. You've been helping me with my training since this morning. And the long hours are paying off. I am grateful.
But are you sure you want to train with me? Aren't there others who are more qualified?
No. I wouldn't have anyone else.
How come?
Honestly, you're one of the few friends I feel I can be uncool around. I don't have to worry you'll be disenchanted if your fairy tale night isn't quite flawless. I am so grateful for that.
So that's it. You know, I'm not the only one who feels that way. Who could be disenchanted with you? It doesn't matter if you stumble sometimes. Everyone knows how cool you are. And a few mistakes won't change that. We know you have the true spirit of a knight inside.
Chloe, I have to say, I feel so lucky to have met you. And I'd be honored if you'd go on fighting by my side.
It would be a dream come true, Marin.
Excuse me, Chloe.
Well, hello, Jean. Did you need help with something?
Not exactly. In fact, I thought maybe I could help you.
With what?
I'd like you to have this stomach medicine.
Oh my! Thank you. But my stomach's not upset. Why did you think I needed medicine for it?
Well, you eat so much weird stuff. It's only a matter of time before it disagrees with you.
Are you worried all the folk food I eat won't sit well with me? Don't you worry about that. I've got an iron stomach.
Still in all, it's good to be prepared. Just the other day, I saw you stuffing yourself with what looked like weird eyeballs. Whatever that was, there's no way it can be healthy for you.
Maybe, but they're so good. I'll save some for you next time, as thanks for the medicine.
What? That's okay. Your thanks are enough. Anyway, be careful. It scares me to think of what you're putting in your body.
Sure, I'll be careful. Thanks for looking out for me, Jean. Hey, Jean, would these herbs be useful?
Definitely. You have a good eye for this, Chloe. I can use those to relieve fevers.
Oh, that's good, because I see a lot more growing just over there.
Thanks for your help. Go ahead and pick a few more than usual. It's been really nice having you out here with me.
Well, your medicine has been a big help for all of us, so I'm happy to return the favor.
Still, it's very kind of you. Just be careful, okay? This part of the forest can get pretty dark in places.
Huh, you're right. This is just the kind of forest that feels like it could be... haunted.
Haunted?
Are you scared of ghosts, John?
No, the idea of ghosts doesn't frighten me.
Most children would say that just to sound brave, but you mean it, don't you?
A ghost can't really do anything to you. No, what's much scarier to me is illness and injury. Things that could actually end someone's life.
Good point. In that case, we should gather more herbs so we can be better prepared for those things.
Right. Many illnesses and injuries are highly treatable if you know what to do. You don't mind staying out with me a little longer, do you, Chloe?
Of course not. Jean, you seem pale.
I've just been thinking.
About what?
I'm scared of losing people, Chloe. Every day on the battlefield, people get hurt. Some even die. I've seen things that I could never have imagined back in my peaceful hometown. Doesn't any of this scare you?
Of course it does. And I'm sure we're not the only ones. But there are things we have to do, even if it means facing our fears to do them. That's the thought that drives us all to fight, day after day. It's what drives me, at least.
Things we have to do even if it's scary, huh?
I'm sure you have some too. I've seen you stand out on the battlefield without running from injury or death.
I suppose so. Thank you, Chloe. It probably won't ever get less scary, but that doesn't mean I'll run. Not when I've got a steadfast friend like you.
Steadfast. I like the sound of that.
Besides, you have an iron stomach, right? People like that are hard to kill. Although, if your stomach does hurt after eating something strange, see me straight away.
I'm touched by your concern.
I mean it, okay? Seriously.
I won't go dying on you, Jean. Not so long as you're watching out for me. What's wrong, Princess Hortensia?
Yeah, I get it now. You've got a whole other kind of charm.
I do?
Yeah. It's like an aura of sophistication. Maturity. Like you could be anyone's mom. I like that. I want it. I've already mastered cuteness. I need to add to my repertoire. I mean, I'm sure I'll develop an aura of maternal sophistication as I get older, but why should I have to wait? You have it now, so I should have it now too.
I guess so.
I'm glad you agree, Chloe, because I demand you accompany me for observation. Once I see how it's done, I'll be able to learn the technique myself.
I'm not sure that's how it works, but okay. I'm honored if someone as cute as you thinks I'm sophisticated, though.
Excellent! Wait, really? You don't mind that I just up and demanded this out of the blue?
Oh no, I don't mind at all. It's all part of your cuteness.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. How do you do that? So, maternal sophistication is all about gently embracing everyone, drawing them to you. I get how it works, but actually pulling it off is something else entirely. I've just got to keep observing you. I'll learn all your tricks eventually.
Whatever I can do to help. I hope it works. Oh, but wait. Before we get started, let me wipe your face.
Ugh, did I have something on me?
You did, but I took care of it. Now that cute face of yours is even cuter.
Thanks, Chloe. Wait! That was it! That was it just now! I just naturally trusted you and let you wipe my face without even thinking about it. Having you dote on me felt, I don't know, peaceful.
Aw, did it? That's so sweet.
Unbelievable. I can't let my guard down around you at all. Anyway, let's get moving. I need to see more of this in action.
Be sure to drink some water first.
Huh? Why?
On a warm day like today, it's important to drink when you can.
Oh, sure. Glug, glug. Wait a second. I fell for it again. Your motherly charm is kind of terrifying, Chloe. Oh, Chloe.
Hello, Princess Hortensia.
Yeah, hi. See you later.
Sorry, it's just a small thing.
What is it?
Is it my imagination, or are you avoiding me?
Was it that obvious?
Did I offend you somehow? I'd like to know what I did to drive you away.
When I'm around you, I keep thinking about what I don't have. I mean, like your maturity and sophistication and all that stuff. I didn't want to think about it anymore, so I just stayed away from you.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. But I still want to be better friends with you.
You do?
You have to expect that every person is different. I know you've said that you wish you had my maternal sophistication, but there are a lot of things you have going for you that I don't. I'm starting to wish I had more of your special charms too, Princess Hortensia.
Oh, Chloe, that makes me so happy. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll stop avoiding you. In fact, let's hang out even more than before. There's so much we can learn from each other.
That would be great. You can show me how you got to be so cute.
Yeah, and once I've learned all I can from you, I'm gonna be unstoppable.
I'm sure you'll catch on in no time. But first, let me wipe your nose for you.
Oh, thanks. Wait, my nose was running?
Spirit of the cards, cast your divine light so that I may see the correct path forward.
Seadall, I heard you shouting. What's going on?
Oh, Chloe. I'm in the middle of a very important reading.
You yell when you're reading?
Look at this. Right here, before me. Meat sizzling on the fire, dripping and juicy. Oh, how tempting. But my dancing will be less than disciplined if I let my passion for savory flavors rule me. My body is my instrument. I must be vigilant. So, here I sit, consulting the cards.
Sounds like fun. Well, what did the cards tell you?
As much as it pains me to say, it appears I'm not destined to eat this meat.
More from me, then.
Moon and stars. I thought you'd protest at least a little bit. Oh well, go ahead. Though must you enjoy it so much?
Thanks for the meal, Seadall. Next time, it'll be my treat.
If you say so. Sounds delicious.
Well, Seadall, what do you think?
Is this supposed to be food?
Of course it is.
What exactly am I looking at? What are the ingredients? How is it prepared?
It's eggs cooked in sugar.
Eggs from what?
From a rare fish caught in Pyrenees waters. For the most part.
For the most part? What kind of eggs are in here?
The delicious kind, of course. You've got nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm worried, all right. But you went to all this effort to bring food to me. It would be rude not to give it a try. Ugh, the look, the smell. It's ruining my appetite.
Folk food isn't for everyone.
I'm sorry, Chloe. I don't think it's for me.
What a shame. This kind of thing might have bold flavors that won't trip up your footwork.
What? You found a dish that's flavorful yet won't distract my dancing? I spoke too soon.
I will eat your folk food.
That's great! Go ahead and dig in.
Here we go.
Still can't stomach it, huh?
No, it's actually quite tasty. Bitter and sweet. But I like that about it.
Really? What a relief. The flavor's so strong that I was worried you couldn't keep it down.
You wouldn't believe what I ate when I traveled with the caravan. I have a strong stomach.
Maybe sometime you could teach me more about these kinds of dishes.
I'd be happy to. And Seadall, thanks for giving it an honest try.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I never get tired of watching you dance.
Checking up on me, Chloe? I'd have set up a front row seat if I'd known you were watching.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your practice. But I brought some new folk food for you to try. Honey glazed gecko. It's good for you, I swear.
It looks appetizing, as always. But thank you. The flavors are good. Unusual, no doubt. But I love the sweetness.
Uh-huh, just as I thought. I've brought you enough folk food to figure out the secret. You'll eat anything if it's sweet.
I'm not sure about that.
You know, you really are a wonderful dancer. Very graceful, but with such power. Did someone teach you?
Yes, I have a master. The teacher in the caravan. He taught me to dance. I guess I should say that I had a master.
Does that mean...
He died during a raid on the caravan. He was protecting me.
Oh, no.
I never got a chance to repay my debt to him. It's the only fate I couldn't foresee.
But your master's dancing lives on in you, doesn't it?
I hope so. But I have a long way to go before I achieve his level of skill. Still, I do my best to mesmerize my audience through the sublime art of dance.
I have no doubt you've done that.
Thank you, Chloe. And now that I've eaten, it's time to dance. I was going to give you a special performance as a thank you. But how about we dance together?
I would love nothing more.
Why, hello, Chloe. Fancy meeting you here.
Hi there, Citrine. I'm just here picking up some lunch. You can only get it at this street stall, but the taste is worth the trip. It's my favorite.
Really? If it's as delicious as you say, I'd like to try some for myself. Here, I'll treat you. Excuse me, sir. I'll take everything you have, please.
The whole stock?
Don't fret about the money. This way, if we have extra, we can share with the others. Thank you for wrapping all of that, sir. Here's a little more gold for your trouble. Huh? Are these?
It's folk food. Salt-pickled fish guts, in this case.
Oh, how, charming.
Oh, sorry. I love this stuff, but it might be too much for you to handle.
No. One mustn't show prejudice toward food without trying it first. Here, Chloe, your portion.
Wow, you're letting me have almost all of it. Thank you so much.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
Must be important. You look pretty serious all of a sudden.
It is important. Well, to me it is. Take care.
Will do. And thanks for treating me to a heaping helping of my favorite folk food.
Hello again, Chloe. Is that folk food you're eating?
Yep, this boiled frog is super good. You should try some.
Ah, no thank you. I just had a rather large lunch. Chloe, you came from money, didn't you?
Yeah, my parents are nobles anyway.
We have that in common. I am a noble as well. Related to the royal family, in fact. I have never wanted for anything. And yet... Tell me, how did you become a retainer?
Well, I took the knighthood exam, and then I passed, and then I got this job.
Wonderful. That means you possess the skills required of a retainer.
I don't know how it works where you're from, but you're a retainer for a royal family too.
I became a retainer not by virtue alone, but due to my family connections.
And that feels wrong to you?
If it were only a matter of wounded pride, I would not feel troubled. But my physical weakness could be a liability for His Highness. so I can't help but dwell on it.
I see.
Forgive me, but I must be going. I have somewhere to be once again.
All right. It was nice chatting with you. See you around, Citrine.
No, this will not do. I must practice and strengthen myself. Only then can I protect those I care about.
Good shot! You were right on target!
Chloe? What are you doing here? Are you lost?
Nope. I know I shouldn't have, but I followed you to see what you were up to. Every time you have somewhere important to be, you come back covered in mud.
Aha. You were worried about me. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Now I know what the big deal was. You were getting in some extra magic training.
Yes, that's right. As I said, I became a retainer through filial connections. I lack the skill required. I do some extra training every day to make up for that deficit, to build my strength. I wasn't trying to keep these sessions a secret. I merely avoid drawing attention to them.
I wish you'd just told me. Then I could have helped you out.
You would do that?
Sure I would. We're friends, aren't we?
Thank you, Chloe.
Besides, folk food tastes even better after a good bout of training. You'll see.
Is that right? Who knew there was a way to make fish guts taste even better?
This mission is taking so much longer than I thought. By the time I'm done, it'll be too late.
What's the rush, Chloe? Oh, do you have a hot date tonight?
Nope, there's this folk food stall I was hoping to visit.
A folk food stall?
Yeah, I have a thing for local foods made with unusual ingredients. But the shops that sold them were already rare, and the war has made them almost non-existent. I heard there was a food stall opening today, so I was hoping to check it out.
If it's that important to you, I can go in your place. I'll be your personal shopper.
You'd do that for me?
Sure. I'm not so busy that I can't make a slight detour on the errands I was running anyway.
Whoa, thanks. I think I'll take you up on that.
So, what can I get for you?
It's roasted snake meat between 2 buns. They call it a snake sandwich.
Why would anyone...
Folk food is always tied to local traditions. Eating it is like taking a bite of history. That's what makes it so great.
Oh. Huh. I think that makes sense. From a certain point of view. Anyway, I'll be back in 2 shakes with your sandwich of snakes.
Here's some money. Buy one for yourself, too, so we can eat them together.
1 snake sandwich, as requested. Here you go.
Thanks. I'm gonna try it right now. Huh? What a sandwich! The fluffy bread lulls you in, and then crunch! The roasted snake hits you! It's a flavor cascade from the first bite! 12 out of 10!
Yay! I'm so glad you like it.
What the... There's something slightly off about this.
Huh?
Are you sure this is a snake sandwich?
Sure, I'm sure. Look, you can see the roast snake right there, yeah?
No, it's close, but it's not snake. I think it's actually... eel?
Ah! I think you're right. I'm so sorry. I remember now. The snake sandwich stall was next to the eel stall.
Oh, so you went to the wrong one? Aw, Fram.
This is just the kind of screw-up I keep making as steward of the dragon, too. I'm real sorry.
Don't worry about it. Even if it's eel and not snake, my rating stands. Here, try for yourself.
Okay, here goes. What the heck? Has eel always been this good?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm tasting it for the first time. The true appeal of eel. Oh, that reminds me. I heard about another new food stall opening up soon. If you don't mind, could I ask you to go buy me some more eel dishes?
I'm on it. And this time, I'll definitely get your order right. Okay, I'm back. And I brought fried eel.
Nice. Oh, they cut it into little bite-sized chunks, too. Time to give it the old taste test.
Go for it.
These are good. There's a nice softness to the inside once you get past the outer crust. Oh,
What's up? Oh no, don't tell me.
this is an eel.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, what am I eating?
I just checked the receipt, and it's fried bugs.
Bugs? Oh, that's amazing. I had no idea bugs could be so delicious.
You're really okay with that?
Well, sure. It's gonna be tough to stop myself from eating all of them.
Wow, I thought for sure you'd be mad.
What's to be mad about? Thanks to you, I've got a new kind of folk food to look out for. If I'd sent anyone else, I'd just be eating the same old fried eel again. I should keep you in mind for the next time I'm too busy to hit up a new food stall, too.
I'd love that. Anything to be helpful. So, can I take your order for the next time?
What am I in the mood for? Wait, what am I saying? The whole point is to see what you manage to come up with. Finding out what you somehow bring me is half the fun. Who knows what I'll end up eating next?
Thanks. Here's to more mystery meals.
Please, Bunet?
Apologies, Chloe, but no. I cannot. I will not.
Pretty please? There's no one else here who could do it.
You have my answer.
Aww.
Chloe, I live by certain principles. Chief among them, that the ingredients of this world deserve to be treated with dignity. I refuse to twist and corrupt them in order to make that side street dreck.
Hey, I'm not taking that line down. Folk food is an art form. Unique dishes, cooked without fuss, using ingredients that are unusual, cheap, or both. Imagine how amazing it would be if a world-class chef like you prepared some.
No. You will have to ask someone else.
But you have to. I'll do you a favor in return if I can try some gourmet-quality folk food, just once.
Chloe, you know an artist when you see one. I appreciate that. But I cannot do as you ask. The ingredients tell me how they want to be prepared. I will not violate their wishes. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, this isn't over. I'll find a way to convince him. Guaranteed.
Chloe, here to beg me some more, I take it.
Sure am.
From where did this bizarre love of folk food spring? You grew up in a noble family.
Yeah, and all they served me back home was high cuisine. For most people, that would be great. But me, I went to this Viennese festival one day. I caught this salty, sweet scent from a back alley, so I followed it to find out what it was.
That was how you discovered folk food.
Yep, without even thinking, I bought some food from the stall and tried it. It was mind-blowing. The flavor, the smell, the texture. I'd never had anything like it in my life.
To the child of a rich family, I see how it could offer some perverse sense of thrill.
Sadly, there was no chance my family would let me dine out. And I could forget about folk food. They'd be horrified to know I ever even tasted it.
Oh, I see. You couldn't eat it while you lived at home.
Not necessarily. Once I had my first taste, I started going out behind my parents' backs. I'd eat the folk food on my Pegasus and get rid of any evidence by tossing the wrappers.
Littering, you mean?
Yeah, I feel bad about that now. I always take care to toss my trash properly these days. But that's my story in a nutshell.
Your passion for food. I recognize it. I hesitate to admit it is much like my own. You have persuaded me. For you, and only you, I will try my hand at making folk food.
You mean it?
But what I cook will be of the highest quality. I cannot cut corners on purpose, so do not complain if it differs from your expectations.
No complaints, I promise. Thanks, Bunet. You've made me a very happy lady. Oh, I can't wait to try your first batch of folk food.
As I have told you before, ingredients tell me how to cook them.
Yeah, so you've said.
I never disregard their voices. Thus, I have been searching high and low. I have sought out ingredients that ask, indeed beg, to be made into folk food.
Does that mean you found some?
Yes. Look! A shellfish from the ponds of Solm, and some mushrooms unique to the Queendom's forests.
Wow, what a weird color.
And this, A numbing spice. It will stamp out all sensation as soon as it hits your tongue.
A spice that numbs?
You're not scared, are you?
Who, me? I want to try this so bad that I can hardly stand it.
I knew your culinary courage would not falter. Now, behold, the ultimate folk food.
Incredible. That's exactly the kind of careless presentation folk food ought to have.
The splendor does not stop at its presentation. Please, have a taste.
Oh boy, oh boy! Oh my goodness! That spice sure did a number on my tongue. But the sauce brings it right back to life, and the texture is just indescribable! This is what made me fall in love with folk food. If a stall sold it, I'd eat there every day.
It's strange. At first, I was simply moved by your passion for food, but now I see that this was a necessary step on the road to gastronomic expertise. Whether it is served on a porcelain plate or in an unassuming wrapper, good food is good food. Street fare and gourmet food alike can bring joy to their eaters.
Exactly. Thanks, Bunet.
Now, what would you like to eat next?
You mean you'll fix me something else?
I am always happy to take requests from a true food lover.
No kidding! More gourmet quality folk food? I'm so happy I might cry.
Please don't do that. My food and I are not going anywhere.
Yeah, good point. I'll take my time and think carefully. The next folk food I get from you is going to be the stuff of legend. Oh, hello, Princess Céline. You look radiant as ever.
Thank you, Chloe.
We have some free time today. How do you intend to spend it?
That's a good question. Why don't we take a ride on your Pegasus to a nearby tea farm?
I'd be thrilled.
Mind you, we don't have that much free time. I doubt it would be like it was before. If only I could return to those days of whiling away the hours with you.
Princess Céline?
Oh well, let's do something else.
When this war ends, I'll take you wherever you like, as often as you like. We'll visit all the tea farms in the world. And we can pass the time taking in beautiful landscapes while sipping delicious tea. Now, doesn't that sound lovely?
It does indeed. Wonderful idea, Chloe. I shall hold you to it when the time comes.
And I will be happy to oblige. My goodness, is my face so funny that you'd laugh as soon as you see it?
Forgive me, Chloe. Though I wasn't laughing at you. Rather, it was the memory of the first time we met that has me so amused.
Oh yes, how could I forget? My first encounter with the princess. You were at the harbor with your face scrunched up in tears. It was adorable.
I wouldn't say I was in tears. The ship I meant to board couldn't set sail, and I was grasping at straws. That's all.
Which is when I made my entrance. I told you if there was someplace you wanted to go, I could give you a ride on my Pegasus.
And off we went to the tea farm. I'd snuck out of the castle incognito before, but this was something altogether different. I'd never ridden a Pegasus. I can remember my excitement like it was yesterday. The first of many grand adventures.
That day is burned into my memory forever. When they told me you were the princess, I nearly keeled over with shock. I mean, how many people make friends with a girl who turns out to be royalty?
I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't too hard on your nerves.
Oh, it was an honor. Like I was living a real fairy tale. You might say I started a new life that day.
Indeed. You must elaborate.
Oh, I'd be happy to. But not today.
No? I have the time if that's your concern.
Oh, Princess Céline. The best fairy tales leave the audience wanting more. The day we met was a fateful one for me. Ever since, I've kept watch for things that just don't happen in real life.
Whatever do you mean by that?
Until I met you, I led exactly the kind of life you'd expect. I'd fantasize about things that might happen in stories, but I knew it was just a fantasy. But the day I met you was the day I found myself living in a fairy tale instead. And if it could be true for that one day, why couldn't it be true all the time?
You certainly have bravery enough to be a fairy tale heroine, Chloe.
Oh, Princess Céline, you don't have to flatter me.
It was no mere flattery, only the truth. But you were saying that our meeting started a new life for you?
Yes, that day I made up my mind to do whatever it took to become your knight.
Why is that?
Well, it seemed to me that becoming a knight was the only way for me to live my own life, rather than the one dictated by my parents, or by my birth. That day was the turning point, when I began my training.
I remember how startled I was to hear that you would be my retainer.
I bet. Now imagine how my family felt about it. It's no exaggeration to say that meeting you changed my life.
Oh, Chloe, I could say the same for you. You are a precious friend and a thoroughly dependable retainer. It has been a joy to have you near. Thank you for your service, Chloe. I look forward to seeing the rest of the fairy tale that we weave together.
Me too, Céline. Louis, were you watching me again?
Indeed I was. You and your whole coterie of ladies. The sight of you all together pleased me to no end.
The way you talk, it sounds like you were taking in fine art at a gallery.
To me, there is no greater art. The finest galleries fall far short by comparison. There are so many subtleties and nuances to be seen that I could do so all day.
That's really the whole reason you do it.
It's no different than appreciating a beautiful landscape. I sit quietly and let it soothe me. I see no harm in people watching, and I'm sure you of all people must agree.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I guess I do.
I've seen the way you drop everything to moon over any especially picturesque scenes.
Like a princess and her knight, a prince and his servant. Oh, or a Pegasus and a maiden. So many lovely scenes straight out of a fairy tale. I adore them all.
You and I are kindred spirits in that respect. Here's an idea. Why don't you and I have a little viewing party sometime? We can stand at a remove and point out scenes that catch our respective eyes.
That sounds like fun. I'm game if you are. Take a look at that, Louis. Isn't it lovely how that couple shares a meal together? The girl hand feeds the boy, and then the boy returns the gesture. So intimate. Like a prince and princess from my fairy tales.
It's quite a sight. One imagines the sort of lives they lead, how they met, and so forth. It's an interesting change of pace to observe your favorite scenes now and then.
Uh-oh. For someone who just said it's interesting, you don't sound so invested.
I'm sorry. There is something I feel is lacking after all, it seems.
And what would that be?
I'm not certain, but I suspect what's missing is you.
Me? How so?
Everyone adores you, Chloe. You're perpetually surrounded by friends. The closeness you show with those friends. There's nothing quite like it. The sight of it fills me with such joy that I would hold it in my mind forever if I could. The drawback, it seems, is that scenes without you in them lose their luster.
I can tell you mean that as a compliment, so thanks, Louis. But I'd be careful who I said that to. I know where you're coming from with that hobby of yours, but other people, it takes a lot of explanation before people will understand. Not all of them have the patience.
I'll bear that in mind.
We should probably get going. That couple we stared at is starting to stare back.
Yes, perhaps it's time for us to withdraw. Shall we see what else we can see? Shall we observe some more lovely scenes today, Chloe?
Sure, Louis. Here's hoping we can spot a really dashing one.
Ah, yes. I have this for you, if you wish.
You brought me dried fish? I've never seen any quite this color. All those blues and greens and yellows. Hard to believe it's really food, huh?
I'm told it's quite rare and not often found at market. That's the sort of folk food you prefer, yes? Take it in case you feel peckish.
Thanks, Louis. It looks great. I'm always eager to try something new. But I don't think I ever mentioned to you my love for folk foods.
Oh, Chloe. I've spent too much time observing you not to be an expert on the subject by now.
You're an odd one, Louis. But then, I'm not one to talk.
What do you mean?
I got you some dried grapes. Hope you like them.
Why, thank you, Chloe. Grapes are my favorite, you know.
I do know. I've been watching you too.
You've been watching me?
Just like you've been watching me. No matter who you're with, Louis, it always looks like something out of a fairy tale.
Turnabout is fair play, it seems.
We know a lot about each other at this point. What a way to get to know someone.
Isn't it, though? Some might call it odd that I learned your preferences via observation rather than asking.
Not me. It makes perfect sense, given our shared love for people watching.
I suppose you're right.
Well, if we both have our favorite snacks, is it time to go?
Quite so. I think it's going to be another lovely day, my friend.
Chloe, listen up. I have something that's gonna blow your mind.
What's got you so riled up?
You've heard of the Fountain of Youth, right? You know, from those fairy tales you love?
Oh, those are some of the best stories. But why do you ask?
Brace yourself. I got my hands on the only map to its hidden location.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Especially since the Fountain of Youth isn't real. Why would it be on a map?
That's exactly it. That's why this is so amazing. If it doesn't exist, then why do I have a map that shows its precise location? So, what do you say, Chloe? Want to join me on a quest to find the Fountain of Youth? You know all about this fairy tale stuff. If we team up, we'll be unstoppable.
Sure, I'll tag along. Maybe on the way, we'll see some nice landscapes right out of a fairy tale.
Really? Great! Thanks! I can't wait. Let's go find that fountain.
Well, I think the spring is lovely. And doesn't that cool water feel nice?
Yeah, I guess. But this isn't the Fountain of Youth.
That's all right. Yes, this is a normal spring, but you're still so young. You don't need the Fountain of Youth.
That's not the point. We came here on a quest to find a legendary fountain. I can't believe this stupid map was a fake the whole time. Oh, I'm such a sucker.
Aw, don't feel down, Amber.
I also can't believe you're so chipper about this, Chloe.
Even if it's not the Fountain of Youth, I'm happy enough to visit such a beautiful spring. It's so lovely that it might have inspired the tales of the Fountain of Youth to begin with.
I guess it is a beautiful little spring.
Right? So don't be sad. Besides, I packed some food we can eat while we take in the scenery.
You did? Oh, yeah! Good move, Chloe. You always think ahead. Pretty scenery, a tasty lunch. This is turning out more like a weekend picnic or something. Woo! Weekend picnic! Wait a second. You planned this all along, didn't you? You knew this quest would be a dud.
Does it matter?
Nah, I'm too hungry to stay mad now. Bring on the grub.
Here you go. 1 plate of dried fish eyeballs, just for you.
Ugh, one of your funky folk food lunches? Now this quest is definitely a dud. Hey! Hey, Chloe!
Hi, Amber. In a good mood today, huh?
Ooh, I sure am. Wait until you hear this. I found another map, and this one leads to a forbidden labyrinth. It's a legendary maze of tunnels and pits that's supposed to lead to the other side of the world.
Unbelievable. Where did you get this map from?
This sweet little street vendor guy said it was, get this, my destiny to buy it from him. He was grinning the whole time. He must have sensed my passion for seeking out legends.
I'm sure he did.
Don't worry, Chloe. I won't invite you to join me this time.
Oh, how come? Did you not like the lunch I prepared for our last adventure?
What? No, that was a really nice meal. Once I got past the eyeballs, I just feel like I dragged you on a wild fountain chase, you know? I'm super sure this map is real, but I'll check it out myself just to be super sure.
That's too bad. I would have liked to join you.
What? You're serious?
Of course! After all, we're not really out to find some mystical legendary ruin, right? We're out to have a fun time looking for it, just like the heroes in stories.
Whoa! That's exactly why quests are the best! You totally get me!
Sure! I've seen how your eyes sparkle as we close in on the X on your map.
In that case, Chloe, would you care to join me on another legendary quest?
Definitely. And this time, I'll pack some extra special lunches for us.
Great! Just, go easy on the folk food, okay?
You're so adorable when you sleep, Divine One.
Huh?
Oh, good morning. Did I wake you?
Were you watching me sleep? Again?
Yes. Sorry about that.
Oh, you should just leave me be if I nod off while I'm sitting outside. It's unnerving to wake up on your own and find someone staring at you.
Oh, I never meant to do that, Divine One. But you slept for 1,000 years, just like a character from a fairy tale. Your sleeping form is so heavenly that I can't help staring at it.
I get that. But I still must have been a ridiculous sight, sleeping here of all places.
Oh no, not at all. But I have a compromise in mind. Hear me out. If I'm always there when you wake up, maybe you'll get used to it and it won't be so startling. All we'd have to do is set up an extra bed for me in your chamber.
Nope, not doing that.
Oh dear, shot down. You sleep so peacefully. I can scarcely believe. You slept this way for 1,000 years. You look so young and innocent. It makes me feel a certain sense of protectiveness toward you. Good morning. How are you today? Just let me know if there's anything you need, all right? Goodness, what a view! Like something out of a dream. I came here to wake you up, and I didn't even bring breakfast. How thoughtless of me. Maybe I have some snacks. Let's see. I guess this folk food will have to do. Hey, Divine One, what would you say to an interesting breakfast? We've got fried fish heads, offal, and... No? Are you sure? You slept for 1,000 years, and when you woke, you were thrust into battle against the forces of evil. You're the absolute picture of a fairy tale hero.
Am I?
Oh yes. One doesn't meet people as extraordinary as you every day. Yours is not the average person's life. You are fated for exhilaration and excitement. Oh, how I wish it were mine.
I don't know.
What? Why not?
There are many burdens I must bear, and while I don't regret this life, you're absolutely right that my days will never be considered average. Sometimes, average seems like it might not be so bad.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I was just so swept up in my own desire for a fairy tale life, I didn't stop to consider how someone already living one might feel.
You don't have to apologize, Chloe. I know you didn't mean anything by it.
I still feel a little guilty, though. Oh, I know! I'll bring you a special delicious treat as an apology. There's this rare pickled deep-sea fish I've been into. It's sour enough to knock you flat. I'll go fetch some right now. You're gonna love it.
No need. Really, I'm getting queasy enough just picturing it.
I get to wake the divine dragon. This is so exciting. It's almost like the stories. A magical slumber that can only be broken by the right one stealing in and... Well, me being the right one for that is a bit of a stretch, I'm sure. Morning, Divine One. Today promises to be another beautiful day. So get out there and make the most of it. I feel such solemnity approaching this place. The divine dragon is a special figure. I still feel bad about before. And since you didn't want that pickled fish I offered you, I decided to get you another special treat. I hope you'll like this one. Good morning. I brought you some honey-glazed caterpillar. Sweet, crunchy, and delicious. There's no need to panic, Divine One. It's perfectly safe. Go on, give it a try.
You know, I've noticed how often you bring up your wish to live a fairy tale life.
Uh-huh. I've wanted that for myself ever since I was a child. I was born into a noble family. Everything in my life was planned out for me by my parents. My role as a noble daughter was to get married and then devote myself to my partner's family. They wouldn't even let me eat the street food I love so much. It wasn't ordinary for a noble girl. I hated every part of that life.
I had no idea.
The life I wanted for myself was free, thrilling, and very out of the ordinary.
I didn't mean to stir up so many painful memories, Chloe.
Oh, it's okay. They're just memories. And my dream came true when I got to be a knight, meeting Princess Céline. And you let me live the kind of life I always fantasized about. Isn't fighting alongside the divine dragon and the royal family better than any fairy tale?
When you put it like that, you might be right.
I wonder if they'll tell stories about this war someday.
It's certainly possible. And when they do, I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up as a major character in them.
What? I never thought about that. But it's a nice idea. I must become the kind of virtuous knight little kids aspire to be when they hear the story.
You're already well on your way there, Chloe.
Thanks, Divine One. Sorry I'm late. I got distracted shopping for these snacks. They smell amazing. I've been waiting ages to try charred snake. I never thought I'd get my hands on some. Maybe I'll sneak just one bite. No, I should wait for the divine dragon. Oh, I don't know if I can. Oh, Divine One, good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, Divine One. Eating? No, I wasn't eating anything. If your story became a fairy tale, it would start here in this room. Someday they'll tell stories about this war. When that day comes, you'll be a legend, Divine One. That's a future I'm excited to look forward to. Good morning. I promise I haven't just been staring at you. I was thinking ahead to a future when everyone knows your story. Let's make it an amazing one, okay?
I think you've been rubbing off on me, Chloe.
I have? How?
Just like you wish for a fairy tale life, I've been thinking about a dream life of my own.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Now that you have an idea of what your dream is, you can start to make it real.
It might not be that simple. There are parts of this dream I can't fulfill by myself.
What else do you need?
You, Chloe.
Me?
When I think about the life I want after the war, it feels hollow if you're not in it somewhere. And if you're the hero of your own fairy tale, I want to be your supporting character.
Oh my goodness.
If you feel the same way, then I hope you'll accept this gift. I saved it just for you.
This is the pact ring.
You were right when you said that mine is not the average person's life. And it may be a lot to ask for you to share in that life, knowing it won't be ordinary. But I had to know.
You had only to ask. I never wanted an ordinary life. The chance to see myself in your story? I can't think of a happier ending than that.
Well,
of course I'll wear the ring. And I'll be right there, building your dream along with you.
Thank you, Chloe.
Today is the opening chapter of the tale of the Divine One and me. A story for the ages. Ready to turn the page on a new day in our story? Still peacefully asleep. If this were a fairy tale, I'd have to break a magic spell to wake you up. I guess it's good that it's not, since I wouldn't have the first idea where to start. But even if our lives aren't actually all that storybook, I'm glad to live mine alongside you. And just like in all the best stories, I think we'll live happily ever after. Morning. Before we head out, why don't we spend some time together? We can forget all about this war business. And just relax and be happy for a while. Your sleeping face is as charming as ever. When I became a knight, I didn't think my life could possibly get any more exciting. But then our paths crossed, and I found myself wrapped up in this incredible story. A story that I'll now be a part of as it's passed down to future generations. That's why I'm going to stay with you to the very end of it. So even after I pass on, you'll always be able to see me in a storybook. Good morning. Let's keep scenes like this one out of the books. I want the quiet moments we share together to stay purely between us.
Fire Emblem. Engage.